Mondrian Warm and Cool Trees. Hello, it's Mr. Brush and Miss Christina. Today we're going to be looking at trees and using color families, warm and cool colors. Let's take a closer look at Piet Mondrian's Evening Red Tree. Our inspiration for today's project is called the Evening Red Tree by Dutch artist Piet Mondrian. If I look closely at this painting, I can see that he uses warm and cool colors. What colors does he use in the background? And what colors does he use in the foreground? That means the trunk and the tree and the branches. Artists use color families such as warm and cool colors to help give a certain mood to the viewer and to help pop out an image. See how the blue helps you see the red tree better? It is time to draw your tree. I'm gonna have my paper side to side, landscape style. I'm gonna start in the middle with 2 lines. This is gonna be the trunk, the biggest part of my tree. And then I'm going to go to the top of the trunk, and I'm gonna kind of do a organic wavy line to the edge of the paper. These can be different, they can be the same, you could have symmetry. You are the artist. All right, now we're gonna go for the branches. This part can be a little tricky. We're drawing a tree that's abstract. That means what? The opposite of real. So this is not a realistic tree. So for these branches, I'm gonna be drawing like shapes, kind of like a leaf shape, a diamond shape, and those shapes are the spaces in between the branches that we will paint in later, like where the leaves go. All right, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, and you're gonna do a lot of erasing for this part, so please draw lightly and with your pencil. But I'm just using kind of like leaf, squares, diamond shapes that are kind of like flowing into each other to make the branches and build the branches. This part can be tricky. You are the artist, so how you make your branches is totally up to you. Some students had like more wavy branches. Some students chose to do a more realistic tree. So there's no right or wrong way. Of course you can copy and be inspired by mine. But remember, you are the artist. All right, the next thing you can think about is the background. This is kind of like abstract fields and hills and like little mountains. How you do that is up to you, okay? Just simple wavy lines. Now you're going to decide what kind of colors you want to use for your tree and your background. If you choose cool for your tree, then what will you use for your background? That's right, warm, the opposite. If you choose warm colors for your tree, then your background needs to be cool. Remember, you're choosing opposites so that they contrast and they pop out, the colors pop out. For my tree, I chose cool colors, and I chose my favorite color, teal, turquoise, to outline the pencil lines. So you can use any colors you want. Remember, you are the artist, of course. Just remember to choose a color family, either warm or cool. All right, let's speed up the video. For the background, I'm going to choose warm colors, the opposite of cool. So I'm going to use this golden color to outline over my pencil lines. Remember, you can't really erase the pencil lines after you do oil pastel because it will smudge. So what you can do is make the oil pastel line a little thicker to cover any of those pencil lines. I'm gonna add a little bit of orange and some dark blue into my tree as well, just to add some depth and variety and some interest. All right, after the outlining, you're ready to paint. We are using watercolor paint for a resist effect. So I'm going to be using cool colors in the tree. And the inside of the branches for like the wood, I'm going to use black and dark blue for my tree. The examples have black in them, but it's really up to you what color you want the branches to be. Just remember, you can experiment with all the different watercolor techniques. So right now I'm dropping in some dark blue into this light blue, and that technique is called wet on wet, if you remember, where the paint, it kind of like explodes and expands and moves. I really like this technique. For the background, I'm going to be using warm colors, the opposite of cool. Yes, pink is a warm color, and I bet you can guess why. Because pink is made out of red and white, so it's kind of a derivative of red. And then the last thing I'm going to do is to paint the trunk of the tree. I'm using dark blue and black to have a contrast, so that my background and the tree leaves will show up better. I cannot wait to see what you make. Take your time, try your best, and have fun.